So guys, I have been on Upwork now for over 7 years and a lot has changed over that time. So in this video, I want to talk about if Upwork is still worth it in 2025. And I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to talk about my students' experiences. And I'm also going to talk about the kind of macroeconomics of Upwork and where I think it's going as of right now. So currently it's July of 2025. So this is about as updated as it gets. And one of the main things that I've noticed is people are worried about competition. Like, is it difficult to land clients? There's too much competition. I mean, there's 18 million different freelancers on Upwork. All you need to do, and I get all my students to do this, is go put out a fake job on Upwork and just see the people that apply and how they apply. One thing you're going to notice is they're going to do three different things. They're going to use automation, they're going to use AI, and then they're going to use no personalization. And it just makes it so easy for new people to stand out. And this is how I'm able to take students from like complete beginner, no prior experience, to like a couple $1,000s a month in less than 30 days. Because if you just use personalization, you're standing out massively from everybody else. So in terms of competition, even though there's 18 million different freelancers on Upwork, there's really no competition. And the people that apply, it's super bad. Like, just trust me, like go put out a fake job and just see the types of messages that you get. People are sending links that don't work. People are not taking it seriously. And just overall, there's really not as much competition as you might think. And like I said, 18 million people, but like you put a job post out, maybe 20 people apply for it. So you can stand out, especially if you're sending consistently every single day, you can definitely stand out. And I do think that it's still worth it in 2025. But what I will say is there's one other thing we need to look at. And I've talked about this in other videos, but statistically speaking and macroeconomically wise, how is Upwork performing? Well, at the moment, it seems like Upwork is growing month on month, year on year. And they paid out about just under $4 billion last year to freelancers, which is a lot of money. And this is just one website, of course. And the average person in the US is making about $4,000 a month, which in my opinion might as well be $10,000 a month because you're getting obviously the financial freedom, but more importantly, the location and time freedom. So you can do work anywhere in the world. Like for example, my profile, it says I'm from the United Kingdom, which is where I'm originally from, but I'm in Thailand right now. And then I can do work while I'm in China, for example, or in Dubai. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's another thing. Macroeconomics wise, it's growing. The other thing I would say is because look, at this point, I've helped literally over 100 people start an Upwork account and get their first few clients. And even recently, what I've noticed is you can basically speedrun this shit. And I'm going to come out with a video very soon on me speedrunning somebody's account from scratch and seeing how quickly we can get their first client. I just did it with a student, but I didn't record it, and I got him to one client in 7 days. But as a complete beginner, you can make an account, start sending proposals and land a client very quickly, even within the first 24 to 80, 90, 100 hours of actually just working on Upwork. It's pretty easy. So I think even as a complete beginner, it's still worth it in 2025. People love to think about Upwork as a saturated place. But the more and more I do different things in my career, whether it be crypto or whether it be coaching or whether it be SaaS, I always find myself coming back to Upwork and freelancing because it's so consistent. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing, guys. Even in 2025, it's worth it. But once you've made an account, it's there forever. And it's like digital real estate. It won't leave. You won't lose it. And you can just come back to it whenever you like. I've said this before, but I have a video on my YouTube channel. I'll pin it somewhere around here. I went from 0 to 9K per month after 3 years off with my profile. All I did was just switch it back on and start sending proposals. And I did it in a different niche than I was before. So all of the old, kind of client work wasn't really relevant for the new skill that I was offering. So this is possible. Like, I think really, if you're watching this video and you're still watching this video, you're probably just like looking for me to validate that this is possible and that you can do this. But realistically speaking, this is possible. You can do this and you just need to take action. And, don't wait on me to, approve it. When I first got started on this, nobody was really doing it. And, I had a lot of failed businesses. I wasn't in the best place mentally. And Upwork is something that changed my life, and that's why I love it so much and why it's so close to my heart and why I still continue to coach and mentor people on this to this day, because it really does work. Now, if you want more one-to-one help, there's a link in the description for you to basically fill out an application form. Currently, right now in July, I'm completely booked out, but you can just fill it out, and maybe in the future we can work together if you want more one-to-one help and more guaranteed results. But you honestly don't need me. You can do this on your own, and you can make this happen by yourself. So to answer the question, is Upwork still worth it in 2025? Absolutely. And a better question is, what else are you going to do?